Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Jay, the Sims Addict. So today we are going to be building another tiny home, this time in San Myshuno. This is going to be a part of my build series where I try to do a tiny home in every build, or in every world to fit the kind of their styles, or to kind of have fun with like what a tiny home would be in that style. So today we are doing, like I said, in San Myshuno, which is kind of like a mix of a lot of different cultures. It's I don't know. The city is kind of hard to explain for what the design style that the Sims team went for. Um, in the U.S., we would kind of like consider it like a melting pot city type thing where there's like a lot of different cultures in one area. Um, so I kind of went with this Japanese style theme, but like tried to keep it modern. And I also wanted to do a speed build that kind of looks like it's made out of shipping containers. And so I kind of did that. Before the build started, this is like I think a 30 by 30 lot. And so I went into the debug menu and kind of pulled out those townhouses from University Life to make it look like it's a um, much smaller like city lot that we're working with. Uh, I didn't do anything too crazy. I just did the debug houses and then cars and stuff like that to make it look like it fit into the area. I'm thinking about doing not a tiny house, but a regular size townhouse in the same way, and kind of have those houses lined up to have like continuity. Um, Making another like a functional townhouse that you can live in. So I've been thinking about doing that. I also have been doing a lot of CC. Don't mind what I'm doing here. I tried to do I know other YouTubers have done it, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I don't remember what it's called, but it's the Japanese floor tiles where it's like woven like reeds, or yeah, I think it's like reeds or grasses or something, and they're traditional tiles in the room, and there's like specific like placement to where there's like no cross intersections. They're always like T intersections, and they kind of like go off of these like central points in the like center of the room, and it's like a very traditional Japanese architectural design element. Um, but I didn't include that because I did think that this is kind of more modernized. I wouldn't necessarily think that there would be anything too traditional in here. Once we get to the end of the build, though, you will see that the backyard kind of does have this little bit more um, traditional Japanese aesthetic to it. Mainly being like the Japanese style like garden, and with it there being like sand and bonsai and like shaped topiary and that sort of thing. Like room for meditation and stuff like that. But what I was saying before is I have been very into CC lately, and thanks to a friend, I now am able to put out videos because I have a log of videos that I have like saved on my external hard drive. Um, and so I have videos, I just haven't been able to make them fully done, basically, if that makes any sense. Um, and I have a couple with CC I got. It's mostly build CC that I've been dabbling with. I subscribed or became a patron. I don't necessarily know what the correct terminology is for that, but on Patreon I became a subscriber to Felixander, and his CC is like amazing. I like seeing some of the builds that Harry used to do, and so I kind of checked that out, and I've been obsessed with it ever since. And also Peacemaker, who makes really good quality free CC. and Harry. Her CC was pretty good. So yeah, I have a build coming out hopefully soon, including some of the CC for that. A couple builds actually coming out soon for those. So there are a couple builds on my gallery page also that are for the tiny house that I didn't include or didn't plan on making a video for, just because I thought they were kind of not necessarily not interesting, but I didn't want it to be too oversaturated with just tiny builds. So like I have a vampire tiny build on there, and I don't remember what else, but the ones that I find the most interesting I will put on here for this playlist. So yeah, I really liked how this turned out. I didn't want to do one of the one tile like really tiny bathrooms, but yeah, I like how it turned out. It's a simple kind of like a loft style. It is a pretty big bathroom. There's not a whole lot of living space, but I thought that there's kind of like an outdoor like seating area, and then there's like the back garden, and they live in this like very like high density city area, so I don't think that they would be, if you're in a tiny house in the middle of the city, you probably wouldn't be home that much or need that much living space in my from what I assume would live here basically. So I did these kind of like half wall like stone or brick rather exterior rather than doing a fence, because I think it's kind of I just think it like fits that modern style. And then I really liked, I use one of these windows. They're kind of like an Art Nouveau style window, but I used that on the side of this wall for the backyard, and it kind of looks like in a lot of Japanese gardens they have what they call a moon door, and it is basically just like a circle archway going from one area to another. And I thought that was kind of a nice modern way of incorporating that kind of traditional style into the garden design. I've also been really into using those, you've seen me just place them. They're like the stone, flat stone, like border type thing. I've been really into like bordering out the tile that you place outside, just because I think that it's a very like, it's like a very harsh line to the terrain paint. Like the terrain paint looks very like realistic, and you can have like soft edges, and then there's like a hard line for whatever tile you put outside. So I've been really into putting those borders on there if they fit. So yeah, included a little bit of bamboo. It's probably stereotypical, but I wanted it to be like an inspired design that's modern, not necessarily something that's like, this is how this is supposed to be. I completely forgot that that was a door, so you can see me trying to make room for that. And then yeah, I also didn't realize that the sand texture that you can put in basically any lot has the ability now, since we got Island Living, it's updated to where like you can do like sand castles, or when your Sims like actually walk on them, they leave footprints on it, which is really cool. I like that they like updated that system. I thought it was just for the sand textures in Sulani with Island Living, so that's really cool. But this is again another really short build, so it's not going to be anything like too crazy, but I do hope you guys like it. I will be trying to have another video up soon, and with that we are going to get ready and go into the screenshots, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye!